Have you ever felt trapped, powerless? You have full control of your body, sure, but due to your circumstances, the situation you're stuck in, maybe pressure from society and the people around you, you find yourself completely incapable of doing what you truly want to do. I know I certainly have, and because of that, this story really resonated with me. If you've also felt this way, I think you'll find something meaningful here as well. The story begins with a ghost girl, dressed in white, dancing on the walls of the imperial palace in the middle of the night. Everyone is freaking out. So, the high-ranking eunuch, Genshi, runs to Mao Mao and shoves this problem in her face. There is apparently no one else in the palace better qualified to deal with these sorts of things other than this particular recently promoted laundry girl. So Mao Mao's like, I'm just an apothecary. It's probably just a girl sleepwalking and there's no cure. What do you want me to do about it? And Genshi's like, aw, but I still want you to do everything. And then he makes Mao Mao go on an investigation. Annoyed but unable to disobey, she goes and watches this ghost girl dance at night. Jinshi's servant, who accompanies her, reveals that the woman is a mid-ranking concubine named Fuyo. She is soon to be given to a military officer as a trophy. From others, Mao Mao learns that concubine Fuyo tripped and fell during her first dance in front of the emperor, causing him to lose interest in her. An unwanted concubine has no place in the palace, which is why she's being given away. Mao Mao knows there's something more going on, but when she goes to report her findings, she barely says a thing. In the following days, Mao Mao continues being much quieter than usual, and the pink consort, whom Mao Mao works under, notices. It's as if Mao Mao is anticipating something. On the day that concubine Fuyo is about to leave the palace, the pink consort confronts Mao Mao. Finally, Mao Mao reveals what she truly thinks is going on. Concubine Fuyo and the military officer that she's being given to were friends since childhood, but after being forced to become a concubine, Fuyo does not have the power to reject the emperor nor choose whom she marries. Likewise, the military officer does not have the power to request marriage with a concubine that belongs to the emperor. Both were trapped in their own separate ways, powerless to marry the one person they truly wanted to be with. But even within their powerlessness, they still had a few cards to play. They are weak cards, in other words, small and seemingly insignificant decisions that they are able to make, but when played just right, that can be enough. The card that concubine Fuyo played was to trip and fall in front of the emperor. This purposeful mistake caused the emperor to stay away from her, and she was able to hold on to her purity for her true love. She may not be able to reject the emperor, but she can make the emperor reject her. The domino effect of this decision also led to Fuyo being given away since the emperor didn't want her, which is again what she had hoped for. But she was still afraid that the emperor's interest in her might reignite now that she was about to leave. I mean, she certainly does have assets, so I could understand that. So to avoid that, she pretends to be possessed and starts sleepwalking and dancing on the palace wall. The military officer also does the only thing he is able to, which is to be brave enough and successful enough in battle so that the emperor would want to reward him. Fuyu's dance is also the one and only way for her to bless his safe return from his military expedition. Their plans culminate into this beautiful scene where Fuyu stands at the gates of the imperial palace. The heavy doors open slowly and she finally gets to see the one she has waited so long for. Everyone else feels sorry for her, thinking it's such a pity to be given away as a trophy. They do not realize that this is what she has worked so hard to achieve all along. After listening to Mao Mao explain all this, the pink consort asks only one question. Would I sound like a truly awful person if I said I envy concubine Fuyo? Now, you have to understand, this pink consort is the emperor's favorite. Her word is a direct influence to the emperor. Her power is far greater than almost anyone else's. Yet even she feels envy because even she does not have the power to forge her own freedom, the way Fuyo has. Mao Mao herself is no different, powerless to leave the imperial palace and always at risk of being executed for the most trivial of mistakes. Even the emperor himself, the most powerful person in the country, is forced to run the country smoothly or be at risk of betrayals and peasant uprisings, which, happen quite a lot in the real history of ancient China. In some way, shape, or form, everyone is trapped and powerless. All that anyone can do is to play the cards that they are dealt to the best of their abilities. And maybe that's enough to do something meaningful, to find happiness. This is only the second part of many talking about the Apothecary Diaries. It is after this arc that I was blown away by just how hard this show hits emotionally. This theme of powerlessness continues throughout the series, and it feels so much more genuine for this show to explore this theme as opposed to other shows which will pull out of their asses some supernatural ability or power of friendship or Deus Ex Machina to undermine the whole theme. I would give this part of Apothecary Diaries a 10 out of 10.